The Zone Coverage Podcast Network. The Zone Coverage Podcast Network.
The Andy Luke and Marie football machine.
Autobots, transform! I like this kind of party!
Great cash, homie.
Starts now.
Welcome back to Thunderdome for another Zone Coverage Football Machine, Zone Coverage Podcast Network. I'm your not-so-long host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I have equity. More equity than Eric Kendricks made in his extension instead over being the Rock stunt double in Moana. Are we allowed to say that? That's what I want to know. Or is that cultural appropriation?
I don't know.
Kendricks is Polynesian-ish? Samoan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not mixed, right?
I don't know.
What a weird way to start the podcast.
He's got the hair of Maui from Moana. I don't know why that's a bad thing.
Did you see this, Yinka? We asked the people with our photo, what did these guys take from Tom Reed's?
Yeah.
Someone famously took something from Tom Reed's recently. Skull, Utah said, Yinka, the waitress's heart. Good work.
Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Joining me is Luke Inman. Follow my Twitter, Luke_Spinman. Hey.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. You have a myriad of snacks around you.
Yeah, I did some little chili cheese Fritos earlier, and now hour two we're going to do the Ritz Bits with the cheese. I'm not the peanut butter guy, and now Yinka comes out of left field.
Left field,
and hands
literally.
me sour watermelon slices.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey.
Target brand.
Market pantry.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, not bad. You got value. You got
Yeah,
value.
I got it. $12.
That's how you steal the waitress's heart.
Right? Yeah, got to bring those coupons on those dates, man.
Hey, girl, you want some watermelon?
I take her to Fogo de Chao or I don't know, some other place, and
then you get there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm vegan."
Fogo is so ridiculous.
Like,
we went there on
what?
a coupon, and they literally come by with just slices of meat.
so much food.
Yeah.
that they give you.
The salad bar is pretty damn good.
So Jose Barrios was there with his family the day we were there, and he obviously doesn't want to eat all that meat.
Who was?
Jose Barrios, who
That's
was
so
starting
sweet.
for the Twins in Puerto Rico. Yeah, and he just went to the salad bar, and I was like, not a bad choice. That's a better move.
Also, you know what's crazy? I know everyone talks about like the steak and the chicken that they do at Fogo, but there's little sausages.
I'm with you. I'm with you on
legit.
that. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Fogo breakfast? Like if they make an omelet with all that stuff?
Oh, man.
Oh,
yeah. I'm a meat lover's kind of omelet guy, so that would be delicious.
Yeah, I bet it would be so good. Anyways.
Well, that's all. That's all we have.
We're doing a draft from Fogo.
Dude,
that sounds like a work trip. We'll go for lunch.
I was going to say, but we got to go there
off.
first.
Write it off.
Well, no, all you do is just write it off.
That's all you got to do.
Just write it off. Tommy, write it off.
Listen to hour one. We talked some Viking stuff. We talked a little 7-round mock draft with the positions. And then we got two more coming up. We got open phone lines. We got Twitter questions as well. But I'm going to kick things off. This is the time of year where like the casual fans start getting into the draft. Like all friends text me is like, hey, this Minkah Fitzpatrick guy is pretty good, right? Think he'll fall to 30? It's like, no, like this is the time.
That was you with Quentin Nelson like 2 months ago.
Yeah. Like this
is like, dude, is this good?
This is the time. Or, I mean, McGlinch is obviously going to go higher than Nelson, except how higher?
Right,
how much
he's
higher?
a tackle.
Yeah,
because he's a tackle.
But this is the time where people want to get into the draft. They want to sound smart with their friends at the bar and stuff. So, some deep sleepers. Luke, Yinka, who are some back end guys no one's talking about? Let's be the smartest guy in the room.
So Rashawn Golden, how often do we talk about this cornerback class?
It's a very good cornerback
Dude,
class.
last year it was the same thing. There was guys like Akello Weatherspoon from Colorado, Ken Crawley. There was tons of them on day 2 and 3. We picked MJ Stewart in hour 1 and round 3 cornerback, but This Rashawn Golden from Tennessee, nobody talks about him. He was their number one corner for the past 2 years. He's got all the stats that you look for in a starter, 65 tackles, 3 interceptions, 3 sacks. Does a little bit of everything, though. Outside, inside, he was a 4-star recruit as a safety. Nobody talks about him. I just read, and maybe this is why, that against Alabama, he made a great play, and he must have flicked off the Alabama crowd, the student section, and he got ripped apart, man. Yeah. I mean, it was one of those where I think that he was reprimanded after the game, maybe suspended a game or two. But this dude's probably a day 2 legitimate talent. He's probably not going to go till day 3. So he's got that discount sticker on him that we say Rashawn Golden, Tennessee cornerback. That's the dude.
I feel like that should.
I didn't even know about until a few weeks ago that nobody talks about. He's going to get buried in this deep corner class, man.
Yeah, and when you talk about that, this is actually maybe a draft class where if the Vikings do want to take a corner high, this would be definitely a draft class. You get a guy that you really like, and then you look at maybe a 6th round guy that you're kind of coveting, and 6th round, so I'm not sure how much you're coveting him, but double dipping. This would be definitely a great draft class to double dip as far as that. But a late round guy that I think is probably flying under the radar. He's actually a local guy. He's a little bit smaller.
Kunleande?
Yeah.
Wait.
Kunleande, no matter what. Well, we're talking about late round guys, not future first round picks.
True.
So,
like Bill Snyder.
But right. But a local guy, go for a guy, Steven Richardson.
Oh yeah,
defensive tackle. I don't think he gets enough buzz. I think because of the size, he's only 6 feet tall, playing an interior defensive line position. But as far as the strength that you need, the hand placement, he's definitely a guy that even with the size, he can still move guys around. And he was doing that a lot. Gophers, I saw it week in and week out. So if you did want to take a flyer at a 6th round defensive tackle, maybe 7th round guy, Steven Richardson should be. I think he personally should go into the middle of the draft. But teams don't really like 6 feet tall defensive tackles.
Let me give you one more deep defensive tackle.
Okay,
DeAndre Sanat from South Florida. You ever even heard of him?
That's a made-up name.
For sure. DeAndre Sanat probably should be a top 10 defensive, not in the top 5, maybe not in the top 8, but somewhere in that top 10 to 15 defensive tackle range. A guy who can play inside, guy who can play outside, so 3-tech or nose, probably even a 5-tech if you needed him to. Gives you good situational pass rush, too. He had 6 sacks and all AAC honors in South Florida. Remember, South Florida was undefeated. They had some playmakers. Mike Hughes was one of them.
Yep.
DeAndre Sanat.
Central Florida.
DeAndre Sanat was the other one. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're right.
Hey.
Was supposed to go to the Senior Bowl, declined. Go ahead.
Hey, caller, who we got?
Hey, it's Alex in Baroka.
Alex, Baroka. What's going on, man?
I've been trying to chime in, or I've been waiting to chime in so long that Arif finally came back and pulled some weight on this damn podcast.
Arif is too busy, what's it called? SpaceXing out of... he's sick.
Oh, okay, sure.
Trying not to be too graphic. It's a family show.
Man, we got 8.5 inches of snow here in Viroqua today.
That's wild,
I'm
man.
kind of pissed.
It's ridiculous.
I'm not going to lie.
How's your Wi-Fi, though?
Shitty like usual.
Oh, well, damn it. All right.
I don't know.
Touche.
It's terrible. Yeah,
who's your new dream scenario at 30 this week?
Oh, man, I don't know. Isaiah Wynn, Maurice Hurst, and Jair Alexander are all kind of my guys at 30.
Love any of those names. I would love Maurice Hurst. He might be gone. Isaiah Wynn probably be gone, but yeah, I would love either of those.
Oh, that's the thing. It's hard to tell at 30, and I think if none of those guys are there, I guess I'd rather trade back. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you can't, I don't know. There's, Hernandez. I wouldn't be mad about Will Hernandez. Even
no, you should
Frank
be excited
Bragnow,
about.
James Daniels. Yeah. I mean, if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on those guys round 2, whatever, take them round 1.
Yep.
Get that 5th-year option or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me if this is a bit too much of a tinfoil hat scenario.
How much snow did you get up there, dude? You got cabin fever going on?
I feel like if someone asks you, is this too much of a conspiracy theory?
Exactly.
It's already over the line.
Well, I mean, it is the silly season of draft, so I feel like this is more relevant than it should be. But so with the Browns potentially taking Josh Allen at 1 instead of Sam Darnold, even though I think they are going to go Sam Darnold, I think the common wisdom is that, the Browns don't have to smokescreen anything because they have the first overall pick. But when you have the 4th overall pick, doesn't it make sense to try to, redirect people's try to get someone to move up into 2, even if you take Sam Darnold, if you could potentially get someone to move up to 2 to get a quarterback. Let's say you're the Browns, you want to take one Barkley or Bradley.
That
Chubb.
opens up the way for you to get Bradley or Chubb, since either 2 or 3 is going to be quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, under normal circumstances, I feel like there's no reason for the team with the first pick to, cast any smoke screens. But I feel like in this situation, it's beneficial for the Browns to try to get someone to move up and try to get 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks, so that if the guy that you want is there at 4, if you want Barkley, because I don't know, I think Barkley is a real. I feel like it should be Josh Rosen at 2, but I don't know. Gettleman took McCaffrey at 7. It could be Barkley at 2.
I want the Browns to go quarterback at 1 and 4. Try to ransom one of them off, or if no one bites, just be like, fine, screw it. We're the Browns. What are you gonna do? We got 2 top 5 quarterbacks on the roster. Whatever. We got the cap space.
And both of them are going to end up they're going to pick the wrong 2.
And they're both bad.
Going to be bust. Neither of them are going to be Lamar Jackson, and it's like in 5 years,
they switch them off by play. Like, he got first down. All right, second down.
Right.
Go ahead.
20 to the 20, and then in the red zone, they put in the other guy. Yeah.
And then sign man zone.
They take Darnold and Josh Allen, and they're both terrible. But Rosen and Mayfield and Jackson thrive. It happens. Or hell, take Mason Rudolph at 33. I don't care. Let's get nuts.
That'd
up
be
in here.
wild.
Because why not?
Hey, so I've got a couple. I'm going to ask you about their fantasy value, but I'm really more interested in just how you think they're going to do next season. But I think it's easier to quantify this in terms of fantasy.
Yep.
Just a couple guys. Marlon Mack, for one. Where would you take him in a fantasy draft? Let's say you had to draft now before the actual NFL draft.
I'd say right now he's a starting running back in a dome team with Andrew Luck. I'd say he's near the top or middle of the second tier of running backs, because anytime you're a clear-cut starter and you're not competing with anybody, that's valuable in fantasy football. So that's just, going off what I know and remember from last year. Marlon Mack had some good potential, and again, he's in that offense where he gets a ton of touches.
If you have that draft before the NFL draft, then they'll just take Geis in the second round or Ronald Jones. You'd be like, well, crap.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like Marlon Mack is a starting caliber running back and just be...
Absolutely.
I don't know. One of those guys that gets washed out in the constant churning of running backs. Mm-hmm. What about Gerald Everett?
Rams offense, I'm more of a Cooper Kupp guy, and you saw what the other receiver did. The tall boy on the outside, the boundary receiver for the Rams is anybody?
Woods.
Woods chewed up a ton of production.
Yeah,
I mean, Woods,
Robert
I think,
Woods.
had double-digit touchdowns. So will that happen again? Is that repeatable? I don't know. I think Everett, I'm expecting more from Everett this year. They used their first pick on him back, what was that, a year ago, 2 years ago? So I see the potential South Alabama tight end, big dude, super athletic. Great offense. I mean, if they score, Goff throws 40 touchdowns, he should catch 5 or 6 of them at least. So I like him. I certainly think that there's some big risk with a guy like that who hasn't done anything. So I don't think you should be, if it's an auction, you should be spending more than like $2 on the dude. But I certainly see the potential.
Last one, I'll let you go. Mahomes.
Yeah, dude. Mahomes, man.
QB5. Because, even if he's bad in actual football terms, Andy Reid's just going to let him chuck it, and it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, he's got a year under his belt, too, so he's not going in cold turkey. So he's going to know his shit, dude. I like the arm, and he's got enough weapons, I think. I hope they go get one more weapon for him this year, but that remains to be seen.
All right, thanks for taking my call, guys.
Yep.
See you, dude.
Alex.
Yep.
See ya.
All right, got another call?
Yep.
Some fantasy talk already.
He's ready to go.
It's wild.
Hey, caller, who we got?
No.
It'd be bad to have a redraft before the NFL draft. That'd be so dumb.
That'd be the worst. Well, what are you going to do with all the rookies? They just go into a pool,
free agents.
pool.
Yeah.
I think we lost that caller.
I got 1-1 on the waivers.
Here he is.
I can see it.
Hey, caller, who we got? Shalom.
How's it going?
Hey, who is this?
Stevie.
It's Stevie. How's it going?
Good. What's going on,
Are the
Steve?
lines not working again tonight, or what's going on? I can't get through over there.
We've had some
No,
callers.
we just did
Steve.
like a fantasy football draft with Alex.
Well, Alex is not important, so now you got the good caller in. So
Whoa! Shots.
I hear he's been talking shit about me too on the calls I've been listening to the last few weeks. So I'll have to have him. We'll talk with him.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's home.
I hope this goes down.
I digress.
I really
Anyway.
hope it does.
Loser gets
We
top
got Yankees
fantasy
2 weeks
pick.
in a row, huh? I guess Reef must really have died then. I don't know if we get Yankees
that-
too. That's
He bought into the Jamie Lee Curtis hype and then bought all the Activia and then just like shat himself to death.
well. A week ago, I told you I was in the deathbed. I'm feeling better finally. So how's everybody doing tonight?
Did you get a Reef
excited?
sick? I think this is what happened. I think it was Steve.
Yeah, Steve, what the hell?
Well, not much, guys. We're a week away from the draft. Everybody else getting excited? I don't know. I'm getting nervous. What are you guys feeling? Excited, nervous?
Just have it tomorrow. Screw it. Have it all in one day. Screw Dallas. Have it at the Marriott in New York like they used to do.
We could do that. Is Luke in tonight, or did he take off on you?
There's here.
I'm eating.
I don't hear him.
Sorry, man. Yeah, sorry. Yankee gave me some candy, so I'm chowing down. What's up, dude? Yeah, we got a week left, man. We got a week
It's
left, dude.
okay.
What's up? What are you thinking?
All right.
It's
Okay.
weed gummies.
Did you
Weed
look at that
gummies.
PJ Hall guy I told you about last week?
Say that again.
Did you look at that PJ Hall kid, the D tackle from the guy I mentioned last week on the show you asked me
Well,
about?
I read about him. There wasn't really much film to be had. I couldn't find much film on him, but I certainly read about him. Pretty intriguing.
Yeah. All right, I want to talk about some safeties. I mentioned that kid to you. His name is Dean Crushank, I think his name is.
That's who
Andy,
I was
he might have
asking
been
you
mentioned on
about.
your,
Yeah. I couldn't remember who you were talking about. You mentioned him like 2 weeks ago.
He's out of Arizona.
Uh-huh.
He's like a safety kind of hybrid linebacker, I think, kind of role.
Oh, a little money backer. Andy.
Yeah.
We have one.
Out of Arizona. So, I don't know, I'm hearing like he's like a Minka Fitzpatrick kind of like light. I don't know if he's that good, but I'm hearing good things about him. So,
Okay.
I don't know.
What do you think? Day
Do you hear
3
about
or
him?
what?
What was that?
What do you think? Where's he going to go? Day 3 or undrafted?
I heard even as high as day 2. I'm hearing.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I've been hearing. So
is that your guy?
Your boy, I think Ledyard liked him. A couple other guys have been here. I think Gil Brand, I think, liked him too.
Okay.
So he's got him in his top 100. So,
Really? Top 100,
I
huh?
got 2 other names I want to run past you. So and you probably know about these guys. We'll talk about some safeties again. So I like the between it's Marcus Allen and Jordan Whitehead. You know, they're out of Penn State and Pittsburgh. Do you like either one of those guys in the middle rounds?
So Marcus Allen, dude, I actually talked to him down at the Senior Bowl. Big dude.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's right.
More of a linebacker than anything. Like, he's a beast in the run game.
Grandson of OJ.
He's a big time, like, in the box safety, but he doesn't have like a lot of coverage skills, like, at all. So I don't really know what to do with him. Like, am I just going to put him as a linebacker, like Sua Craven style, or what? I don't know.
Yeah.
But the dude can play, the dude can tackle, but it just seems like in today's football now, you got to be able to cover, and he's going to struggle in coverage. So I'm a little worried about him. I don't know. Could be a special team stud. Could be more of like a linebacker convert, but dude can play. Played really well at Penn State in that Big Ten program, which made a lot of sense. But in the NFL, I'm just worried about his pass coverage skills. That's all.
Yeah, where do you think he goes? Like maybe late day 2 then?
I think late day 2. Yeah, I think late day 2, which might even be a little high. I think maybe round 4 or 5 is probably, again, because he just isn't very good at coverage. Probably is where he should go.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably makes the most sense for him. Yeah. Whitehead, I'm looking up. Whitehead's only 21. Young dude.
He's young.
Young dude. But haven't watched a ton of film on him, so I don't know a ton about him.
You said Jordan Whitehead or Allen?
Whitehead.
Oh yeah. Well, he had some off the field stuff I heard too, with some issues. But your boy Jay Reed, he did like him at one point. I remember him talking about him. But I'm hearing, he could be anywhere from like 3 to 5. I'm hearing in the rounds too. He's got some coverage stuff, but I heard he can actually cover. So I don't know.
I'd rather have a guy that can cover going from college to the pros that maybe wasn't as productive than a guy like Marcus Allen, who's a great tackler, a big hitter, lays a lick, but I know he's going to have trouble covering. And in the NFL, man, you're just going to have to be
lays a lick. New album name.
Lays a lick.
Lays a lick. Okay. All right. I got one more for you. You hear about that Trayvon Henderson kid out of Hawaii? You heard about him?
I've heard of him. Yeah. Because he's like the only Hawaiian boy that I think is maybe going to get drafted or maybe make a splash.
Yeah, I'm hearing good things about him too. Sorry, last question. If we go Justin Reed at 30, I'm not going to complain. I love the kid, but my question is in Zimmer's, in Zimmer's scheme, do you see more of a safety or like a cornerback type role? Where do you think he fits best at in Zimmer's scheme there?
Both. Slot corner day one, work him in safety as needed. Winsadejo gets suspended for headhunting.
I was going to say probably what Andy's thinking is as far as slot corner first and foremost.
Oh, money badger.
Yeah.
I want to see how he does that slot corner first, because if I can hit on him as a nickel corner right away, then I just got great value, dude. I just hit on that. So
you did just hit on it. Hit on it, Luke.
If not, then safety's where it's at.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, I can't make it out tonight, but we shall get there next week before the draft next Wednesday. Sound good? I'll buy you guys a beer. Sound good?
Sounds good, dude.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yinka needs food.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right, man.
See ya.
All right, clear.
We're clear.
All right, a couple of Twitter questions, and we'll hop into some of these mock draft position simulations from Matt and Diana Lutman. Great fans of the show. People are talking about Kendall Wright as if he is a skill equivalent, if not upgrade, compared with Jarius Wright. Yet it seems like Kendall is not making as much money as Jarius. Is capitalism broken? Jarius got a fair chunk of change from Carolina.
I think
was it?
Yeah, I mean it was probably more than he would have made here. I think Jarius Wright definitely carved out a role for himself in Minnesota. And the fact that he gets to reunite with Mr. Norv Turner, I think, helped him get paid a little bit more. I think Kendall Wright will still need to prove himself coming here. He's definitely, he can play in the slot, and you want him to be able to do on the outside. I mean, the ideal situation would be that Kendall, Adam, and then Stefan could all play both in the slot and on the outside. So you're just kind of moving those guys in and out and, really finding those mismatches. But I don't know. Kendall Wright's kind of still living on from his past first-round pick draft status.
Him and RG3 chemistry.
Baylor boys. Yeah, I agree with you, dude. Like, he's got that first-round pedigree going, but clearly there's a reason why he's flip-flopped to team to team to team to team.
Yep.
Clearly, though, there's a reason why he's still in the league, though, too.
Yeah.
Like, he does have some talent. I think that it's more about he just needs to be the third-best receiver on this team, no matter where they put him.
Yeah.
So, going to what you said, if you put Thielen in the slot, then he needs to be the third-best guy ready to roll on the boundary. And I think he can play both spots if he's matching up against a team's third cornerback. I think he fits well in that role. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, like Arif said a few weeks ago, for Treadwell, because I don't think they're necessarily going to be asked to do the same thing. So I don't count on Treadwell just quite yet with this scenario anyways, as far as, the signing of Kendall Wright and what that does to his snaps. But Kendall Wright, yeah, it'll be interesting, man. I was a huge Jarius Wright, dude. I love Jarius Wright,
only
man.
28. I mean, there's a reason why they're throwing money at him, right? He still should have.
What did he get paid?
Well, he got 3 years, 7.5, which isn't a lot, but he got a $2 million signing bonus, and he's got guaranteed money in all 3 years of the deal. So it's actually pretty sweet.
Yeah, so I mean, they're signing him through 31. That's a great contract.
It is.
Yeah.
And again, probably still more than he would have made here.
Yeah.
Because I think they were gonna ask him a pay cut.
Yeah. by $1 million or $2 million. I don't think it was like
not significant.
double the money or anything.
Skull Vikings _7. Chances Vikings take another position rather than O-line at 30.
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah,
if not more,
50.
dude. I
Yeah, they
just
do or they
think
don't.
Spielman, pedigree and history, he can hit on interior linemen in the second and third round all day. I think there's going to be some other positions of need, or at least equal need. Hey, I want to protect my investment just as much as everybody else in Kirk Cousins. Will Hernandez, I'd be ecstatic about. I think that would be fun. Billy Price makes sense, but I think if a guy like Dallas Goedert was there, you need another playmaker. If Kyle Rudolph were ever to go down, your tight end position is absolutely screwed. It's Fubard. David Morgan, a great role guy, but he's not a number one tight end. Cornerback, somebody's going to be sitting in your lap. Newman's not going to play forever.
Yeah.
Are they going to pay Waynes $13 million? I don't think so. Maybe they go linebacker. It tells you Barr is going to be gone next year. If anything, though, defensive tackle really is on the forefront of my mind because outside of Sheldon and Linval, we got nobody. Jaleel Johnson, and that's it. Lucien Shamar Steffen and Tom Johnson. You better get somebody else in there. Maurice Hurst would be outstanding.
So it's kind of at 1/3 right now. You could go offensive line, go defensive line, or you can go cornerback. I mean, that's really, and obviously you would only really consider cornerback because of how much talent there is at the top.
Truly,
yeah,
BPA,
it would be.
like,
yeah.
Oh my God, Isaiah Oliver's just too good.
That's what happened with the Vikings in 2015, 16 when they ended up 16. I think it was when they ended up choosing Mackenzie Alexander
with Mac. Yeah, like they didn't necessarily need one, but at the time it's like, well, this guy could be really good.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the tough one. Dave from Minnesota asks, Maurice Hurst, Isaiah Wynn, and Jair Alexander are all there at 30. Unlikely, but let's roll with it.
Man.
All three are there. You have to pick one. Who? Yeah.
So I just talked about D-tackle and cornerback, but Isaiah Wynn's just such a clean, safe guy. Like, not only is he great, he's just like, I know the floor. It's a really high floor, and his bust potential is super low. So I think Isaiah Wynn.
Or Isaiah Wynn.
Right. I think Isaiah Wynn is going to be like a pure like plug-and-play day one, which is going to help the Super Bowl-ready roster right now. Maurice Hurst, you got the heart thing. Jair Alexander, a little undersized. Still could be really good. Still going to be really good, but I think Isaiah Wynn for me.
Yeah, my first round draft class has been Isaiah Wynn. I think if he's there at 30, he's like Luke was saying, he's I think a pretty surefire pick. You're not really. I mean, it'd be so. In my opinion, I'd be shocked if he wasn't on this roster in 7 years or whatever the case is.
For sure.
I think that he has tremendous upside. Really, just a bully on the offensive line, and we have talent on the offensive line, but do you really have that guy that's just mauling guys, just running them over and whatnot? And I think Isaiah Wynn would give you that one guy that has the ability to do that. And then again, you would solidify, your left or right guard position. And Isaiah Wynn, day one, he would be a day one starter. Whereas Maurice Hurst, he would probably work into the rotation. Jair Alexander would probably work into the rotation. Maybe he could be your day one nickel guy, but But I would definitely love Isaiah Wynn.
Strengths. Khalil is tall and has an impressive frame that he carries well. He is equally thick and strong from his upper body down through his thighs. And he has thin calves and ankles that lend well to him being a light-footed mover. He explodes off the ball every snap and gets to his destination point with ease. In the run game, he could provide a punishing first blow to keep his man off balance and is very comfortable getting to the second level to fit on backers. He has a very technically sound kick, step in pass protection, and slides very smoothly. He is NFL ready in terms of using his hands and his ability to decleat defensive ends.
Whose scouting report is up?
No name on it, but this time frame could have been Naraki.
Got it.
Possibly.
Just curious.
Overview. Khalil's the undisputed top tackle prospect in this year's draft after two successful years starting
which he was the clear cut.
Yeah.
There's nobody else competing.
I don't fault anyone, whether the scouts or Spielman, for pulling the trigger on Khalil.
No, because he thought he was going to be at least a 10-year guy, and it was like, you can't miss, right?
Right, and look at who we were debating. Justin Blackman, R.I.P., Mo Claiborne. The only real guy that you look and go, man, we should have took him, in hindsight, is Luke Kuechly at 9, which it's like, we weren't even thinking about Luke Kuechly.
I love that Justin Blackman is still technically on the Jaguars roster.
Justin Blackman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like not allowed to play, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a thing, like the Jaguars said, we will not pay.
He's
But are
on,
they
like,
still?
he's
they're
on double secret probation, but they haven't cut him either because, I mean, they don't really need to.
Do they still have to pay him?
No.
Wow.
He's out.
They own his rights, and he can't play.
Yeah, it's essentially
so
what
wild.
it's actually. It's an extended version. It's like the director's cut of Josh Gordon's suspension.
Yeah.
This is going longer. Tom, music. 7-round Vikings mock draft, position by position. Here we go. Run 2, first round at 30. Give me a linebacker.
Let's pull it up.
Linebacker at 30, Leighton Vander Esch, Boise State, Rashawn Evans, Alabama, makes sense. Those are really the two linebackers that I think are worthy of that kind of area.
Do you believe that some teams have flunked Vander Esch as physically?
I think that was made up. Everything I heard, I never got any verification from anybody on that. So I also heard some other reports that it was not fake, but just not true. So, no, I think everybody's fine on him.
I like the idea of Leighton Vander Esch. Where does he fit in day one?
Vander Esch, where does he fit in day one?
Gideon upgraded.
Oh, for sure. Gideon upgraded, for sure. Very instinctual.
Yep.
So you're kind of getting another kind of Kendricks type of guy, but this dude's big, he's physical, he's quick. I'm trying to think, on that base 4-3, yeah, I guess you'd have Kendricks in the middle. And
Kendricks
then,
in the middle,
I guess you have Vander Esch and Barr, for sure. That gives you flexibility, too. I've always wanted to see Barr at the end,
exactly.
at edge. So this would be the time to do it. You can throw Everson inside at tackle. We got no depth at tackle. Then you can have Hunter and Barr on the edge.
You really miss
fun.
You really miss those Everson Griffin on the inside those package
nickel
days.
Yeah.
Way back in, what was it, 2012 when he was mostly getting a lot of his snaps from inside when Jared Allen was on the outside and stuff. And he was still producing at a fairly high level. And that's what people were like, well, why are we giving this guy this huge contract? But, right move.
Right.
If Barr leaves, like say that Barr is going to play this year out, could Vander Esch be that replacement on the strong side?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't necessarily see him as like a blitzing 3-4 type of outside linebacker like some people are talking about Green Bay for him. I don't necessarily see that. I see more of an inside type of guy, but yes, I think he's good enough and versatile and well-rounded enough to be a Barr type of replacement.
Also,
for sure.
he looks like Chris Sims if Chris Sims lifted.
Yes. He's got that meat neck, man. One of the biggest, like Takeo Spikes.
Takeo Spikes. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That dude's huge.
All right, Vander Esch, lock it down. Second round, give me an OG.
OG in the second round. Austin Corbett's going to jump right to my mind. I love Austin Corbett. Braden Smith's another guy from Auburn that's just a clean prospect, man. Not a lot wrong with him. He should be a plug-and-play day one type of guy, too. Corbett, though, can play all 5 positions. If you need him at center, if you technically want him at tackle, you can.
This year's Ethan Posick.
Yeah, he's like the Ethan Posick, man.
Yeah.
Do we like Billy Price over in that second round?
I think he'd be gone by then.
I would give you another name. If we're going second round, Frank Ragnow.
Yeah. Ragnow more of a center, but absolutely.
Be an interesting prospect.
Could be a great one.
Left guard, compete over there with Nick Easton, or you could put him at right guard.
That'd be great. If he's still there.
Did you know that Billy Price, he played with Pat Elflein?
Chemistry?
Yeah, chemistry.
Woo! All right, so who we like, Corbett or Ragnow?
I like Ragnow. I just don't know if he'd be there.
I like Ragnow.
All right, Frankie, come on
Frankie
down.
Fourfingo Ragnow.
I think Ragnow might sneak into the first round.
He might.
Yeah, that was some of the rumors that were happening today.
This is the stupid part of the year, isn't it? Third round.
Dude, they can't all go in the first round. That's what I love. It's like, this guy's going to sneak in the first round. Not all of them, dude.
Especially since 6 of them are going to be quarterbacks.
Right.
Third round. Give me a tight end.
A tight end in the third round. How about Ian Thomas from Indiana? I mean, that was a guy who lit up spring practices, I remember, was pegged to have a monster season this year. And never quite lived up to the hype, but I still think he's got the potential to be an awesome, awesome tight end of the league. Goddard's going to be gone. Gesicki's going to be gone. Mark Andrews from Oklahoma is going to be gone.
Not Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst. I'm not a huge Hayden Hurst guy, just in general. No. Durham Smythe, more of a blocking in line guy. Let's go Ian Thomas.
Yeah, Ian Thomas.
Ian Thomas, come on down. You're the next member of the Minnesota Fighting Vikings. On to round 5. Sorry, Sam Bradford. Give me a 5th round wide receiver.
Back to here we go again. Back to Simi Cobb's area. Back to Deshaun Hamilton from Penn State if he's there. You think he'll be gone?
Oh, Deshaun Hamilton will definitely be gone well before that. He'll probably be gone in the first 3 rounds. Richie James is an interesting prospect
from Middle Tennessee.
Out of Middle Tennessee.
More of a slot guy.
He's a slot guy, really short,
Rich
quick.
James, bitch. I'm ready today.
He has a lot of speed, so he's definitely a guy that you could think about getting. Antonio Callaway is still there.
How about Antonio Callaway? We go with again. How about back to Cobbs or
Cobbs or
Kiki?
Let's go with Cobbs, just because I know that
guy.
Kirk Cousins is going to need a big wide receiver.
Yep.
So let's go with Cobbs.
Throw it up, go get it.
Cobbs and Thomas, Indiana.
Yep.
Hoosier
He's good.
chemistry.
He's good.
Chemistry.
I like him.
6 rounders. The Trace 6 rounders. Give me a 6-round corner.
Ooh, okay. This is where it can kind of get fun because we were talking about all those corners. How about the guy I just talked about, Rashawn Golden from Tennessee? 6'1", 193, big dude. Started every game as Tennessee's number 1 corner. People don't talk about him a ton, but I think he's going to be at least a solid number 4 guy that can come in and compete.
Yeah, for sure.
For starting spot. You never know with Zim.
Well, you never know with Zim. Zim can get a lot out of a guy like that.
Yep,
So.
I like him. Another guy I love is Isaac Yadam, too, from Boston College, but we can wait on him.
Rashawn
Golden, come on down. 6th round, linebacker. It's double dip.
Double dipping on linebacker. I don't like this linebacker class a lot, and it gets thin quick, but Tigre Scales from Indiana would be outstanding. Probably be gone by them.
Shaquem Griffin.
When's Shaquem Griffin going to go? Yeah. Can we punch Shaquem Griffin this time? Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Shaquem, come
It's like
down.
our flashy good PR pick, like Moritz Boringer.
Except
6th-round pick, except he's good.
Except good. National champion Shaquem Griffin, by the way.
Moritz Boringer.
What is Moritz up to? What's he doing right now?
Oh, he gone.
He gone.
Eating a lot of,
he didn't even get a spring football.
Is that New Bohemia right now?
Probably.
Yeah.
It was a good run.
eating a lot of spats.
Was it though?
No.
Not at all.
6th rounder, last one. Give me a D tackle.
Okay, who did we do last time? We did Puna, right?
Puna.
Yeah, we did Puna Ford last time. Let's try to find a day 3 type of guy. I'm trying to think. A lot of these guys. There's 3 NC State dudes who are outstanding. Obviously, Chubb. B.J. Hill will be gone. If Justin Jones was there, though, seems to be the 3rd-ranked guy. If Justin Jones from NC State was there.
What about Steven Richardson?
Yeah, let's go with Steven Richardson out of Minnesota.
Go get Stevie.
Go get your local guys, Give Steven Richardson some love.
Well, Lotutue, a star Lotue's little brother.
There's no way to know if they're related.
That's true.
All right, last but not least, 7th rounder. Give me a tackle. Offensive tackle.
Did we do Kappa? No, Kappa was long gone, right?
Yeah.
Toth's going to go to the Army. Touche. Did we do Brandon Parker last time? We did Brandon Parker.
Yep.
Timon Paris, Stony Brook. That was my other guy. Super athletic. Could probably play guard if he doesn't pan out a tackle. In fact, I know he could play guard if he doesn't pan out a tackle. Try him at tackle first. Timon Paris, Stony Brook.
Timon Paris, Stony Brook.
Punch it.
Punch it.
Dude, this tackle class sucks after a while.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad.
Like...
After
it's
Kappa,
a bad
O'Neal, and maybe Brandon Parker, Note Boom from TCU's just athletic. You're throwing darts up, dude.
Very much.
It's a bad linebacker. It's a bad tackle class.
Yep.
It's a bad
quarterback after the top.
Quarterback after the top.
6 or 7. Tight end's not great after the top. 6 or 7. So I'm saying this class in general is like a cornerback loaded. Can always find receivers.
Interior O-line.
Can always find running backs. Interior O-line as well. Centers at the top are pretty damn good too. So D tackle's not bad.
All right, hop in a couple more of these short questions, and we'll gear up for the 3rd and final run. Dave from Minnesota asks, over-under Vikings trade up in the 1st round. Most likely target if they do. So, it's not really an over-under, but will the Vikings trade up in the 1st round?
Oh, absolutely not.
Trade up? I doubt it.
What if Isaiah Wynn is just chilling there at 18?
No, I think Isaiah Wynn would probably need to get into 24, 25.
26, 27-ish. It's all right, I'll give you my 4th next year. Sure.
Next up, T-Bice 1012 has Shaquem Griffin's play compared to a linebacker with a broken hand playing with the club, a la Clay Matthews before. How much did he get exposed in coverage or versus the run?
In the run, not much at all. In coverage, the obvious that you would expect. Still able to catch the ball, though. Yeah. In fact, I mean, better hands than some DBs that you would see out there, or linebackers. Don't know about the club thing. How does it compare to a linebacker playing with a broken hand with the club? I guess I'm not really sure. I'd have to sit back and watch the film in slow-mo and some things.
Essentially like...
seems similar, I guess.
JPP now and how he's performing.
Dudes get away with it, don't they? I mean, still pretty good.
Like Clay Matthews famously played with that club where it looked like... It wasn't like cast. It was like a Mega Man hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he had the similar liabilities. Like, he could still wrap up tackle, fine in the run, but in coverage, like, he was going to be a liability.
Right.
Although, I mean, it's like an extension. Actually, no.
Barr played with a club for a few games. I think when we faced Atlanta a couple years ago in 2016 or 2015 or something like that. He played with a club because I know he was having some arm issues and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, guys can do it. It just obviously limits your ability to catch the football if you have to drop into coverage.
All right, saddle up, gentlemen. Run number 3 of Vikings 7-round mock draft by position. First up at number 30, defensive tackle.
Maurice Hurst is my guy. Vita Vea is going to be gone. Taven Bryan might be there. Maurice Hurst, though, dude, when he's on, he's unblockable. Forget about the heart thing. Everything checked out. I know we got Sheldon, but let's get a rotation going, man. I mean, let's get a young blood in there, and then you got your Lil Johnson and Maurice Hurst to work off. That's my guy. I don't know if you agree or...
Yeah, I'm going Hurst.
Hold on, Tom, turn this up. I love that hit it right at the bridge.
This is, you nailed that. This is what came up after Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
Automatically
that
on
makes
YouTube.
sense.
But it's a great song.
All right, so we got Mo Hurst. Can he wear number 73 or is that retired?
Ooh, give him 73.
Give him 73.
Yeah.
He looks like Sharif.
He does.
He's got the body
I
shape.
miss Sharif so much. He had so much character.
It's unfortunate. Second round. Give me an interior offensive lineman. Give me an OG.
Back to, here we go, Austin Corbett, but this time let's give you a little taste of something different. I go Braden Smith. Oh, wait, did we go Ragnow?
Yeah, went Ragnow.
Okay, let's go Austin Corbett, man. I love Austin Corbett. He could sneak into the first round, Andy. They're all going to go in the first round.
You know, in the world of everyone gets a trophy, they should make the first round
like
96
254 picks.
Yeah.
Every first rounder from day 3.
Right.
Every pick except for Mr. Irrelevant. Be like,
last week.
He goes like 3 days later.
Yeah. You wait.
Has that ever
3
happened?
days?
Has that ever happened? A guy who was like, you could probably be a top 25 pick, and you don't go to like late day 3.
Probably.
He's just sitting at the draft, just waiting with his family, just like, yeah, man.
I want to know what happened with like Andrew Billings like last year because. Like, there was some hype that he would be a late first rounder, minimum second rounder, and they fell like the 4th.
Wasn't that? Didn't he have like an ankle situation or something like that?
Something like that, and then he tore his ACL. But, third round. Give me a running back. Give me a rock toter.
There's definitely some
rock toter.
There we go.
I mean, is Kalen Ballage going to be there?
You got to have the Ito
Rashad
Smith.
Penny's my guy.
You have Ito Smith.
Yep. Kerryon Johnson from Auburn.
Naeem
Royce
Hines.
Freeman's probably the more athletic, big dude with the NFL body.
I would wait on Akram Wadley. Probably.
Let's go Royce.
Royce Freeman.
Hell yeah.
Pride of Oregon. Come on down.
Sonny Mikel is not going to be around.
No, Sonny Michel's going to go in the late first, dude.
Oh, yeah. Late first. He might
right
crack top 10. Did you hear about that?
Yeah. No, he might be dude, he might get inducted to the Hall of Fame.
All right.
4th rounder. Skipped. Thanks, Sam. 5th rounder. Come on. Another playmaker. Give me a tight end. 5th rounder.
Okay, so we did Ian Thomas last time. Hayden Hurst we don't like.
We don't like Hayden Hurst.
Dude, this gets so ugly so quick.
Oh,
yeah.
Durham Smythe, Notre Dame. More of an inline blocking guy, but
just do it.
Whatever. Close your eyes.
Yinka's done.
Close your eyes and just do it.
Yinka Fitzpatrick's done.
I'm like, at this point, I'm like Mike Mayock in probably like the 7th round, who has to come up with something to say about Middle Tennessee State's defensive tackle.
He's doing all right.
Durham Smythe is the most Notre Dame name that has ever Notre Damed.
Yes. It's
He's actually a
Smythe,
leprechaun.
dear, not Smith.
Smythe
Movie. It's Smythe, dude, not Smith. I do this once a month. Missed Doubtfire, dude.
Oh.
I did the same reaction.
R.I.P.
Missed Doubtfire died?
Yeah. The trio of 6-rounders. Give me a 6-round wide receiver.
6-round wide receiver, hey? How about Kiki this time?
Yeah,
we
let's go
did Simi
Kiki.
Cobbs. Kiki is one of the best slot guys you'll find in this draft. He's from Texas Tech, and I'm not huge on Big 12 receivers because I feel like it's just kind of an inflated conference.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
the defensive secondaries aren't great, and you kind of just chuck the ball all around, and everything's pretty easy. But this dude in the slot, I think, is going to be really good.
All right, Kiki Cote. Can you return kicks?
Cote. I mean, can he?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like
He's gonna sneak
Stacey
in the
Coley
fir-
didn't return kicks, but
He's
we're
gonna
like,
sneak in the
whatever.
first round.
6-rounder, give me an edge. Give me an edge.
You got anybody off the top of your mind of an edge?
Not off the edge.
Dorrance Armstrong Jr. from Kansas is a pretty long, lanky dude. Who's the dude from Ohio State? Tyquan Lewis from Ohio State could be a good one.
Tumi Rotimi. Nigerian man. It's definitely a Nigerian name.
Pull it, dude. Pull the trigger on him.
I'll
leave that up to you. Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Okay, I'm going to go
Call
Bumi
one up.
Rotimi out of Old Dominion. 6'4", 275 pounds.
Legit, dude.
Who was the small school guy last year? Villanova, I think.
Oh, Tano Passano.
Yeah.
Love him.
I
How's
love
he
how
doing?
you.
6'7", just monster, dude.
Yeah.
Interviewed him at Senior Bowl.
Oh, really?
It's on
I just
YouTube
love
right
how
now.
you pulled that.
Tano
your ass,
Passano, dude.
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah, I wanted him bad. He was like the next Daniil Hunter, I thought, and he ended up going way higher than I thought. He went to the Chiefs in like the 3rd round.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he'd be like a day 3 guy. He went 3rd round to the Chiefs.
2 to go. We call audible. Originally had linebacker list, except we already did that. Give me a 6-round safety.
Ooh.
6-round
I'm telling you, dude, who Steve brought up, Marcus Allen might be there. Marcus Allen's a stud.
Troy Akpe, maybe?
Yeah, he'll be good. How about Trayvon Henderson, another Steve boy from Hawaii, 6 foot 2 pounds.
Actually,
That could be
apologies,
good.
flipping. Give me a 6-round corner.
Ooh, flipping, huh? You flipping on me? Okay, you want a 6-round corner, huh? We gave you Rashawn Golden last time.
Yep.
How about Isaac Yadam this time? Boston College, 6'1", 190, number 1 corner on the Boston College team. He's got those tools, I think, that Zimmer's going to look for. Isaac Yadam. Eric Galko was the one who turned me on to him. SportingNews.com says in 3-4 years he could be one of the better cornerbacks from this. Corner is one of these positions where you find dudes in the 4th, 5th, 6th round that end up being starters. In the league.
Yeah, definitely.
Ken Crawley already looked, whatever. There's tons of them.
All right. 7th round. I'm going to give you
Mr. Irrelevant.
safety.
Now we're going to safety.
7th rounder.
Can we take Troy Akpe?
We certainly can. I just want to look at these
Pick
free
225
safeties real quick.
via Denver.
Ooh, that's the Denver pick.
Yep.
How about Tremaine Edmonds' brother from Virginia Tech?
Oh,
no, let's not do that. But just want to throw that out there. You like Troy?
I like Troy.
Punch it. Troy?
I do not accept. Pick a different name.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Trayvon Henderson, Hawaii. Jordan Whitehead, Pitt, another one of Steve's boys.
Let's go Trayvon Henderson, Hawaii.
Let's do it.
I reject.
Oh, okay.
We're in the 7th round, dude. What do you want?
This is sort of set up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, they're very specific. See if I can find him. He's probably here though somewhere. No, he's not here? Okay. Well, I got to talk about him. He's 6 feet tall. Played multiple positions. He played nickel. He played cornerback. He played safety. Out of Minnesota, I'm not sure probably not too many scouts have heard about him, but he's definitely there.
Why not?
Duke McGee out of Minnesota. He's a fantastic player. He's actually like 6'2", so not even 6 feet tall. But Kunle Ende,
Step right up.
you gotta. Kunle Ende out of Minnesota.
It's the only acceptable pick right
Exactly. He will give
Love
you.
it.
He will give you great special teams play, as well as he will be able to really step into whatever defensive back position you want him at. So, just get him next to Harrison Smith little Mike Zimmer, a little coaching him up.
I don't know how you don't do this.
I don't do it.
No, you got to make the pick.
Got to make the pick.
Got to make the pick. Go get your guy.
Go get my guy.
You did.
Kulandy.
You did go get him.
Kulandy out of Minnesota.
Love it.
Ren.
Two-way guy.
I reject. Come on.
Come on. All right, so we'll put it up to the people. Which one you like best? Run 1, 2, or 3. A couple more Twitter questions, then we're going to heck out of here watching the Wolves eating some chicken. At Tyler Olsen 84, what player do we hope the Packers don't draft most?
Derwin James.
Derwin James.
Please, no, Derwin. And also, I hope Roquan doesn't fall. Because they're in that little danger zone at 14 where somebody in the top 10 could easily fall to 14. So Minka's got to be gone. Denzel Ward would be horrible. So I'll say Denzel Ward, Roquan Smith, and Derwin James. Any of those defensive secondary guys.
So they're going to get them all. They're going to get them all.
They're going to get them all.
Yeah.
Yep.
What if they just took Geis? They're
I mean, that would be
screw it, Geis.
I mean,
well, I mean, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be as scared if they did take a Geis, just because
I would like that.
I mean, it would be a good move for them. Obviously, get Aaron Rodgers some help in the backfield. But as far as a pick that would immediately be kind of that counter move to what's happening in the division, as far as you bring over Kirk Cousins, the Lions and Bears are getting better offensively. They really need some defensive help. So getting a guy like Derwin James would put some fear into that division. So
at Doll Unit, depending on who's available and when we pick, what would have more impact? Drafting an offensive tackle, McGlinchey or Williams, that allows Remmer to kick into OG full time, or drafting one of the stud interior O-linemen. And
I truly feel like the talent of who is it? Is it McGlinchey or an Isaiah Wynn, or is it a Braden Smith or Austin Corbett? I like Remmers at tackle. I think he's a good tackle. So if I got an Isaiah Wynn, oh my God, that's the dream for me. If it's somebody else, I mean, it just depends. If Alex Kappa's the guy, well, we got to throw. I guess we got to throw Remmers inside at guard at that point and let Rashad Hill compete it out with Remmer. I don't know. Depends on who's there.
Give me your choice. You can have Connor Williams or Billy Price.
Connor Williams.
I'm going to go Billy Price. Ooh, yeah.
I'd go Connor Williams.
Like Billy. Connor's faded a little bit here this last little bit.
See, I don't know if Connor and McGlinchey are getting pumped up because it's such a bad tackle class.
Yeah.
And they're two of the only
sure.
true tackles.
That's definitely
for sure. And probably a normal tackle class.
I think if you're to compare them, I mean, who were the top tackles last year that was drafted?
A good-looking question.
Is that Ronnie Stanley last year?
Laramie Tunsil.
That was 2 years ago.
It feels like that was 2 years ago.
Stanley, that was 2 years ago. It's just we didn't have a first round pick, so it's easy to forget about some
Garrett Bowles, Ryan Ramczyk.
Yeah, not great. I mean, Bowles was not great. Yeah. Ramczyk showed some good promise. Is that it?
Cam Robinson, top of the second.
Yeah, and then there was a run. So I think McGlinchey would still be the top tackle out of those guys, out of all of them. Orlando Brown, don't throw out Orlando Brown because of bad combine. It's, flip on the tape. He's still good.
My main concern about his combine is that it looked like he mentally quit.
Yeah.
Like, once things started going bad, he's like...
Which is not what you want.
No. Nah. I just love watching his broad jump. It's like... All right.
Yeah.
Got that done. Check the box. 2 more, and we're getting out of here. At Library Ben, what do y'all think of J. Reed Draft Scouts guy Lorenzo Carter? Would you be on board with the Vikings taking him at the right value range? What do you think his range is?
I think if I can sneak out of the first round and be able to take a guy like Lorenzo Carter, I would definitely take that pick. Yep. I think Lorenzo Carter, he doesn't play, I mean, he plays Sam. Sam, right? He plays Sam, right?
He was a DM, but no, a lot of people talk about him standing up now as a Sam, which is fine.
So what I envisioned is, obviously he'll give you some blitz package flexibility. You could put Barr now his hand in the dirt, and now you have him and Eric Kendricks playing the linebackers, dropping into coverage or whatnot. But I also think if you could teach him to have some position flexibility and teach him the will, well, now you have some flexibility with Barr if you do need to potentially either move Barr around or maybe in the future you need to let Barr go, you have a guy who can slide into that position. So teaching him both Will and the Sam would be beneficial to the Vikings. So if they can trade out and get Lorenzo Carter and then...
What do you mean trade out?
Like trade back, sorry. Trade out of the first round.
Trade out of
because you talked about having him at 30, right? Yeah.
Too high for me at 30, but yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. So if they were to trade back and then take him, honestly, still probably a little too high for that position, but I mean, I'm more of I when I first watched this film, I go, why does nobody talk about him, dude? This guy's awesome. This will be a great third-round value guy. Now it seems like there's no way he'd go in the third round.
Yeah.
I'd still take him at the end of the second. I feel fine about.
It's still tough, like trading back into the 40s, maybe early 50s, getting him. It's like, your first pick is still a project, and it's like,
right. Yeah, you don't really want to do that, especially with all the talent that you've probably missed in that 25 to 45 range.
Right.
And you don't really pick until 62 again. So
how did Georgia not win the national title? They have a lot of talent.
That was wild.
We know why.
Hawaiian quarterbacks, which I count as Asian quarterback. Counting them, we're doing it. Also, we claim Mariota at the last meeting.
Where Jacob Fromm starting was like 19 years old though too.
I just want a Japanese 6'5" quarterback with a cannon for an arm.
Yeah,
like Yao Ming.
Except if he's 6'5", they're probably going to recruit him to do sumo.
That'd be awesome.
Which true. Yeah.
One day.
What's the deal with Georgia and 4-year starters or like true freshman starters? Because Matthew Stafford did it, Aaron Murray did it, and now this Fromm kid is doing it.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about Aaron Murray.
I wonder if it's a recruiting technique. You'd be like, you could go somewhere else, but we'll just start you right away.
But we'll just start you.
I don't know.
Yeah, Aaron Murray of that draft is like...
I forgot about Murray, man.
He's the most pro-ready quarterback.
Yeah,
Fifth round.
Out of the league.
Yeah. Last one from Deese 1511. Who will you all be pissed if the Vikings drafted in the first or second round, i.e. Mixon from 2017?
Who will I be mad about?
Just like either overdrafting or character concerns. Like Antonio Callaway in the second round. That's a reach and a character concern.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
what are we doing
that's
here?
a good point. Yeah, I think more for me it's position. Like I hope they don't is like Ronnie Harrison's good. He's from Alabama. He's a safety. I just don't think why would we use a first round pick on a safety type of situation. Same with linebacker. As much as we talk about setting up for the future in case Barr leaves, I just don't want to use a linebacker. That's such a 2019 pick instead of pushing your chips all in on this year. So I hope it's just not somebody that can't come in and make an impact right away.
Yeah,
I hope it's not a guy that they plan on sitting for a year for 2019 when they can't re-sign a guy or two.
Yeah, I would really hate if the Vikings were sitting at 30 and Lamar Jackson was sitting there and they ended up picking him. That would absolutely infuriate me because he wouldn't be able to play.
Other than that, we're looking good.
Yeah.
What's coming up from you guys this week? What are we working on?
Draft Rap Podcast, baby. Got Dane Brugler getting posted tonight. Eric Galco, Mark Schofield, some great guests, and then more videos for this premium subscription on the draft guide on zonecoverage.com.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some Climb in the Pocket content coming out. We've been doing a lot of mini pods, just putting out some top 5 positional type stuff, breaking prospects that we like down. We'll record that.
Like mentally? Like tell them that they're ugly?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And their feet smell?
That's not nice.
Yeah. But then you build them back up.
Is that your girl? I thought I recognized her.
Who's that? Joe's girl?
Flamethrower. Nice. Tom? What's going on at the site?
Well, first of all, become a member to our site. You get a T-shirt,
sell it, dude.
Buffalo Wild Wings
Sell
card, and my burger. But yeah, our guys are in Houston. Dane Moore, Tim Fakeless. They can break down a game 1 that the Wolves nearly snuck away with. Game 2 tonight, and then plenty of Twins content. Wild. We're having a little trouble with the Jets, and of course your Minnesota Vikings with Luke, Arif, Sam, Andy.
It's weird that the Jets are good.
The Winnipeg Jets, to be clear here. Yeah, no, they've been bad a long time, and they have some very talented players, including Minnesota's own Blake Wheeler and Dustin Bufflin, who Brandon Warren knows from Rosso. For those of you that care.
How do they know each other, though? It's such a big town.
Yeah, right, exactly. No, it's kind of a funny connection.
Did they work at the Polaris plant? Actually, do they still make Polarises up there?
I don't think it's in Rosso, but I'm not sure. I thought Polaris was Medina or something.
I love that they have a town up there called War Road.
War Road, Rosso. Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah. It's just like, whatever. What do you do here? What do you do on this road? War. What do you think? Yeah. Listen to Hour 1. And listen to all of our 7-round mocks by position. Shows available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well if you want to consume your zone coverage content on there. Not visually, but sometimes it's just easier. It just is. I don't know why. Zonecoverage.com/machine for the show. But for Luke and Yinka and Tom, I'm Andy saying, Andy, bye. This is Hour 1.